This is a very unique giveaway. We're doing something we've never done before on a very cool book that is not common. Hi, I'm Dave, owner of Future Past Vintage Collectibles, and this is my daughter, Rachel.
Hello.
How do you do?
So good.
We're ready to do this today. You have something for us, right?
I do. We hit 1,000 subscribers, you guys. Woohoo! At the same time, we have 1,000 subscriber giveaway to announce today. We have 3 winners. The first winner is Joey1154. You are the winner of the record. And then our second winner is Kendall Kidd. You are going to win our comic book that we're giving away. And then finally, our third winner is Soulless Taco, and you win the Deadpool pin. Congratulations. Email us, email down below, and we will get that stuff sent to you.
Yep. Email's in our description, right?
Yes.
So we also have a giveaway today. Stay tuned to see what it is. This is a very unique giveaway. We're doing something we've never done before on a very cool book that is not common.
Yeah.
It's also a Spider-Man book.
It is.
Yeah. So, hey,
Sneak peek.
Let's go through some raw books of a couple collections we just bought. Let's do that real quick.
That sounds good.
We've been taking months to try to get caught up, and this one just came in. So, yeah, I got a set of Ultimate Spider-Man's, entire set. These are all pretty nice. Average conditions, near mint plus. So this book's very nice. It's got a little bend, but I think I may be able to fix it. This is a cardstock cover.
And this is a key, right?
Yeah, so this is the number 1, and this book in 9.8 goes in the $300 range. This series is really void of keys.
Except for this one.
Yeah. Well, if you looked, I think there are 2 keys. There's probably a lot of unidentified keys. I'm a completist when it comes to like what I have in backstock. I like to have every issue and just put it away. There's some great covers in here. Let's go through those.
We each pulled 3 covers that we like, so we can show you guys which ones caught our eye as we were thumbing through all of these books. The first one I picked was Ultimate Spider-Man number 34. I just thought that looked so cool.
That's great.
I really like that cover a lot.
Yeah, these covers are pretty unique. I have a 62. It's one of those types of covers that are really tough. This is a pretty nice looking book.
It's all black.
Yeah, all black, and it's got that bright red. That's a pretty sick cover.
It is really cool. The next one that I picked is number 60. It's a Carnage cover, and I do actually like Carnage, even though no one else seems to.
I like Carnage. No, I think a lot of people like Carnage, and Carnage blew up way beyond anything it's ever cost before. And I think that people got overloaded on how much money they could have lost towards the end of that.
Yeah.
That's a great cover.
Love it. So cool. I like the use of light.
So I picked 98. Look at that sick cover.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Color choices with that green tacky wall. It's just not a color that you see a lot.
Definitely looks like they're in like a cave or something.
Yep.
The last one I picked is number 67. It's a Wolverine cover. I just thought that was really cool. I like Wolverine a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
It's sick.
And then the last one, I got this 95 with Morbius. It's fantastic.
Old Vampy.
Yep. Oh, Vampy, she said. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But we have the whole run. We got
the whole run. Got some other stuff in this era. Another thing that we just opened, we had a box here for months. And there's been some spec on this series, actually in the mainstream media, about Stephen King and his storyline for The Gunslinger, which is the Dark Tower series. Huge Stephen King fan. I've read at least 7 of his books. I was reading things like The Stand and Thinner and some of his earlier books. I didn't read this series, but I'd like to. So I got all these short runs. I'd like to kind of show some of the number 1s. There's some Jay Lee art that I really like too. This is Battle of Jericho Hill number 1. And so I got all these sets in a collection. This is Dark Tower, The Gunslinger, Evil Ground, which is another run. So pretty cool cover. I like all the art on these books. I think they're cool. I'm looking forward to reading the story. I think I saw the movie, which was really poor, not well received. The media has been picking up that there is a director, and I can't recollect his name, that is actually considering redoing this whole series because they felt like it was unshootable. Like this whole storyline was so far-fetched and there was so much going on that it was unshootable. And now they're in discussions. But I didn't go buy these because of that. I just happened to buy them because of what they are.
They were literally sitting in a box for probably 2 months. Like, we just didn't open them until recently.
They weren't cheap. They weren't pennies on the dollar, but they're all very high grade. So I prefer to have high grade than cheap. I'm not looking to how little I can spend and how much I can make. That is kind of a rat race to me. I'd rather buy things that I'm attracted to, buy things that, from my institutional knowledge, I make choices on what to buy, and it's better than chasing spec when the spec comes to you. So, for instance, there was no media about this at all, but I knew as a fact that these aren't common to get the whole set. So it's like, I don't see these in a lot of places. And there's a big difference between comic books that were printed that are just garbage and people don't read them, and things like this that they ran so many mini-series on this.
There's a lot.
This is a Marvel, property. So one of the interesting things, if you go to a place like Half Price Books, if you ever want to know what comic books are not good, go to Half Price Books.
Those are the ones that end up there.
They have thousands of comic books that most of which you've never seen before, and you're not going to appreciate seeing them there. And it's like, I'm telling you, I've seen more series at a place like that. But obscure books like I like are usually ones that have some kind of artistic value, or in this case, there's an IP behind it that was pretty successful, and they've made some runs at trying to get this story out there. So,
well, from what I understand, it's like sci-fi, Western. What was the other? Horror?
Yeah, no, medieval. So, yeah.
So that's what a weird, interesting group of genres to put together.
And so, I picked all these up. And the thing is, we want to show them because they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
So this is Dark Tower, the Gunslinger Man in Black. These are all like short runs. This particular one, I think, is one of 5. So there's 5 issues in this run. And just, also
we have a lot.
Check it out. The Stand. By the way, if I didn't say so, I'm not telling anyone to spec on this stuff. I'm just showing things that I actually like that you don't see. That you just don't see this on any other channel. And I think that a lot of people like stuff like this. Doesn't mean you'd buy it, but you might. I really like this cover. This is actually not a number 1. This is The Journey Begins number 2. I have the one for this too, but I just dig that cover, man.
That's cool.
So and this is Battle for Jericho Hill, Dark Tower. And like I said, I have all the whole runs. I'm just showing some books. Probably have like 50 issues.
Yeah, we got a big chunk, big slug of them.
This particular collector bought them all. So hopefully I'll keep looking and find the earlier ones. And this is Fall Gilead. Just another great cover. So
very cool.
Yeah, just showing the series I like. There's actually another series that I like that really I wouldn't say are valuable. I've actually seen some of the variants of these go for big money. I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan. Have been ever since the very first movie. And I like when people do some kind of play on it. So this was a partnership, this particular series, between Boom Comics and DC Comics.
Which is interesting.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, so Marvel and DC did some stuff back in the day. They did a couple of projects. Even like in the last Guardians of the Galaxy, they're mentioning Batman, Bruce Wayne in a Marvel movie. So there's always like these little nods, but sometimes they've done stories together, and this is one of them. This series is Planet of the Apes and Green Lantern. This is the number 1, which is a variant. And what's interesting, I'll just show these covers real quick. This is the number 2. There was a lot of variant covers that are just off the hook. If you don't mind, Rachel, go through and show some of the variants. We'll do it right here.
Yeah, they are really, really cool.
I'll keep going, but she's going to show some variants on the other side. This is number 3. This is number 4, which I like this cover a lot.
That's my favorite one out of this series.
I noticed this is number 5. I couldn't even find this particular cover. I don't know like what's going on with that book. It's a cool cover, though. And then this is the last issue, which is kind of boring. Okay, so...
we don't care about this cover.
These are not expensive to get. So there are, this really talks to the collector in me that is nostalgic about things like Planet of the Apes.
Like you just want all the Planet of the Apes stuff that you can get.
I like they're doing Green Lantern. I want to read those. I haven't read those yet. I like that they're teaming with Green Lantern. And I also like that they're teaming with Star Trek. Captain Kirk and the Boys. So that's pretty cool cover.
Captain Kirk and the Boys. That's the band name.
Do you know?
I know Star Trek.
Look at this cover, though. That's pretty...
Live long and prosper.
That's pretty sick. So you got Charlton Heston.
This is my favorite color.
Yeah, one of the best scenes of any movie, science fiction film I've ever seen is when he, spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen Planet of the Apes by now, you got to get on that.
Yeah. Start like this.
The original one.
If you've never seen Planet of the Apes, the spoiler alert. Go ahead 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So at the end of the film, when he realizes that he's on Earth, and he rides his horse up onto that, iconic science fiction scene that I'll never shake as a kid watching that it blew my mind.
When I watched it as a kid, it blew my mind.
So anyway, cool covers on these. Mixing two things I like a lot. Anyway, just picked these up in a collection too. And this is the kind of stuff, IDW partnered with Boom on this one. I don't care if they're popular. I mean, I think they're great books. For us and for me on this channel, I'm not just trying to put books out there that everyone's seen, that are all keys. Sometimes it's a series, and it can be from any era. Right now, we're going to talk about a slab. So we're going to talk about this slab right here. And
Yeah.
You're probably going to put a picture of it up
I
or
will.
something. But this is a PGX 9.6 X-Men 142 off-white pages. This is part 2 to the Days of Future Past storyline, with the Sentinels on the cover. John Byrne art. This 2-part series, very, very popular. And this is actually, this is the first part. And it's one of my favorite X-Men covers. By the way, this is a really, really nice copy right here. I always talk about you need that in 9.8. This is one of the books that you kind of need in 9.8, in my opinion. Although I do have a 9.6 of this, and Rachel has a copy of this as well.
I do have an 8.5.
Yeah, so that was her first work bonus.
It was.
So
I wonder why.
Future past. Much? Do you future past much?
Do you future past much?
So this is an old slab as well. But this is really nice. I didn't get it for a song by any stretch, but I didn't buy it during the comic boom. So this book still is a little volatile. The high of this was $2,600 during the comic boom. Right now, was it $944? It says at 90 day, and that's not far from what I paid. It's a little more than what I paid.
The fair market value is?
Yeah. So it's gone up slightly. It doesn't matter. I'm going to hold on to this. I think this, like I said, is an iconic X-Men key from a great era with John Byrne, Terry Austin art. Love this. And then so here's the second part, and that's the Sentinels. Really like this art. This book is not as popular as the 141. And if you could pull up the data on this, if you don't mind, real quick. So this book's had a lot of volatility, and you can tell, looking at the graph here, that it went up during the comic boom. And not only during the comic boom, if you look back over the graph and you go about halfway, you'll see there was another bump. So this book really, in 9.6, which this is, and this is a PGX, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, this book doesn't hold a lot of value. It's not very expensive. It's achievable for someone on a budget to get a very high grade copy of this book, and it's part of really one of the best 2-book series that's ever been printed, because they were just firing on all pistons at this point. This book's not very expensive. I have this 9.6 that I bought over a year ago. I also have a 9.8 that I just replaced it with. I just purchased this book. The fair market value for that book
is $459.
And I picked one up in an auction this week for $305. So that's about 35% under. That to me is a fair investment. Really, this book is solid as a rock. I don't see it being a nothing burger because it's part of something. But anyway, I have this 9.6, and I need to talk about PGX for just a moment. So when I get PGX books, I never sell them in a PGX case. I typically buy them because of the deal that is offered with them. So I also, this is from my experience, I also always assume that a PGX book is a grade under what it says. So if it's a 9.6, then I'm not going to pay more than a 9.4 unless it's one of those situations that it's a rare book or something you've been chasing.
And we're going to try to prove that today?
Yeah, so well, like I said, I never sell a book in a PGX case. What I do is I crack them and I'll either press them or I'll just get them resubmitted for CGC. The reason I do that is because it's typically about 20% more in a CGC case, the exact same book. There really is a lack of trust with these graders based on experience. So a lot of times you'll pull a book out and it seems like they're overgraded. They're overgraded to a degree that makes me uncomfortable. So if I buy one, it's because I got a very good deal on it. I will pass a book every day. Won't even look at them sometimes. On the other side of that coin, you have CBCS, who I actually believe is a little bit stricter than CGC sometimes. And to me, if I wanted to get a grade bump, I think CBCS is a better place to go. I am not trying to crack slabs. I just don't even really enjoy it.
It's so
But
scary.
I will. I mean, and I know when I should, and I just have a stack of them. So Rachel and I are going to break this open, and what we're going to do with you guys we showed you what it said. It's a 9.6. We're going to grade it. We're all going to look at it real quick.
Let's find out
See if it's a 9.6. So I have a screwdriver. Just testing this. This was slabbed in 16, right? So this is an older slab, and what I wanted to show you guys real quick.
Let me get another camera angle.
See that? So what I'll do is I'll go to the posts, which are located in the corners, and pop the posts out, and then I will take the book out. But I just wanted to show you how I do it. And if it's a harder case, because the new cases, I don't know about PGX. I know that CBCS and CGC are not as easy to get into as they used to be, which is not a bad thing. You probably need a vise if you're by yourself and a way to sustain this so you can crack the post, because that's how you get inside one of these slabs. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and slide this up and show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this easily.
Woo!
So that's that corner.
I hate that.
And so I'll do that to all four corners.
I don't like that at all. It's so scary.
It's a little nerve-wracking for people that aren't used to it. Okay, we'll be back. So the book is in this sleeve, right? And so what I'll do now very carefully is I will cut this and remove the book from here. So I'll go get it opened up and then we'll grade it together. Okay, we're back. I opened it up. Basically what I do is I'll take this envelope and I'll cut 270 degrees. Why I don't take the whole thing off is not necessary. Try not to cut too much. I don't have to tell everyone to be careful if you've never done this before. Definitely get advice.
There's a lot of videos out there.
We'll take the book out.
Oh, scary.
We'll take the book out. Okay.
It's free.
We're going to grade it. So what we're going to do is go ahead and give you a scan. Grade it with us. We'll look at the front and back cover. We'll give you like 15 seconds on each side. Good luck. So how'd it go? Rachel and I looked it over, and I'll let Rachel talk about what we think the grade is.
Well, I mean, I think it's a 9.4 for a few reasons. There's at least 2 color breaking spine ticks. There's 2 not perfect corners. The back cover has a dent. It's definitely not a 9.8. It could potentially get a 9.6 from CGC. I feel like you and I are probably on the fence about whether or not it could be a 9.6. I think there's just enough defects where it is probably a 9.4.
Yeah, so
it looks really good though.
But I think as you look at a scan of this, you're going to see things that stick out to you the naked eye might not catch. And that's I always advise people, if you're buying a book, get a picture of it. And when I press books and I'm grading books, I like to get a picture of it, grade the book, then get a picture of it, then grade the picture. I don't think this book's been pressed. It might be a 9.6. I would probably either keep this raw, or if I was 100% it would get a 9.6. I might grade it 9.6. I actually think I could get more for this if it is a 9.6. I can get more for a 9.6 raw than I could in a PGX case. Just because, there just isn't a lot of trust with that, where if somebody can hold it in their hands. Because what I do like about this book, gloss is fantastic.
It's very shiny.
The color strike on it's great. This is a really nice book. I mean, actually, I don't think it was like out of nowhere, like graded crazy. It's on the edge. I don't think it's like it plays a little nicer than a 9.4. It's like a 9.5 to me. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
on
what
the
I mean?
cusp. That doesn't exist though. I feel like CGC goes down instead of up if they're on the fence about something.
So if you're buying, do you go up or do you go down?
If you're selling, what do you do too? A lot of people
don't know. Well, I like to stay right where it's at.
Well, yeah, if we're selling, we go down, but
yeah,
not everyone does that.
This is a nice book.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was happy to crack that. We're going to give away a book that is unique.
So this is the book that we're giving away. It's Spider-Man in Power Pack, and it is... I
think it's 1981 off the top of my head.
I'm assuming it was polybag too, and we'll show you why in a second. But it was produced in cooperation with the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse, so it's like a special edition.
Yeah.
Like
it's a free giveaway
fundraiser kind of thing.
You can see it. It's on things like Cover Price. You can go out there. Actually, this is worth something. I think raw they're going for like $25.
Oh, nice.
I think that if it was very high grade and it was slabbed, it might even be worth more for a Spider-Man collector who doesn't have it, especially for someone who likes Power Pack, which is, I mean, Power Pack was pretty cool. They did have some pretty neat stuff. So anyway, what we're going to do is not only give this book to one of you, we're going to show you the grade right now, and I'm going to press it. And next week when we give it away, we're going to show you the after. So this is a before. It needs a press. What do we think? 7.0, 6.5?
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5 for sure.
So lots of bends.
There's some corners with 1-inch bends, which as you like go into the book at the very tip, you might have 1/32. There's actually a way you can have a bent corner and still get a 9/8. It would have to be so minute and from the factory. So as you go into the cover and it gets longer, the grade starts going down.
Well, and there's an entire crease down the middle.
On both sides.
On both sides. Which is why
and the interior pages.
So, but yeah, I'm not going to do anything. He's going to press it. I don't press books.
Yeah.
And then we'll give it away next
So
week.
you'll see the before and after, and then you'll win the book. And it's a pretty nice book if you collect Spider-Man and you like Power Pack. So this is our giveaway.
And if you want to be a part of the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, like this video, and comment down below, and we will pick a winner next week.
Yeah, pretty excited. I've never done that. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're new to the channel, we're glad you're here. We do giveaways, and we have some pretty cool giveaways, and we try to stay unique, and we don't give the same kind of thing twice in a row. So welcome to the channel if you're new. Yeah. And if you're not, we have a fun giveaway. We do it pretty often. We don't do it every time.
Not every time.
So that's all we have today. See you guys next week.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.